woman is the real creator, I believe. My birth was so interesting. My mother always told people, even in the film made by Prakash Jha, Sonal, she said she and my father had gone to see performance by the famous dancer Uday Shankar, Pandit Ravi Shankar ji ke bade bhai, in the history of Indian dance, pre-independence especially, when India was looked upon as a backward country. The dances were Hindu dances, Hind, triple O. I still have those posters. And all mumbo jumbo, launch girls. That time, Uday Shankar partnered the most famous ballerina of Russia, indeed of that world of classical ballet of the West, about which we do nothing here, unfortunately. We say Western dance, which means b-boying, break dance, whatever. But when you say Western dance, it's actually the Western classical ballet. Anyway, she was partnering Anna Pavlova. My mother and my father went to see that performance in Bombay at that time. The dancers were returning back from Australia to London by way of the sea. My mother was so mesmerized that she thought my mother was pregnant for the second time at that time. And she said, be it a boy or a girl, this child has to become a dancer. And then I was born. तो मेरे पास कोई choice ही नहीं बचा था कि मैं कुछ और करूं. Dance has given me so much, I cannot tell you. I always say that please do not look upon our dances, the tribal dance, the folk dance, and the Shastriya, what we call classical, but it's actually Shastriya, which pertain to Bharatanatyam Shastra and all such other compendiums, texts comprising grammar of dance, technique of dance, how to build theatres, what should be the space, what should be the attributes not only of the performer but also of the guru and of the audience. Audience has to be equally well informed, respectful, and aware and alert to the nuances of dance. Imagine, those were the times which I seek again today. So as I was saying that my dance has sculptured my life. There have been so many beautiful details, like in Indian temples and Indian sculptures and paintings. You see beautiful eyes, eyebrows, and jewelry, the hand gestures, the feet postures, the abhanga, tribhanga, samabhanga, tibhanga. Most of the time, I'm observing people. By the way, I must assure you that I'm looking at each one. I can see everyone. How they are sitting, how they are whispering, how they are looking, watching. And these are the very things that make one aware, alert, and give you something to take back. If you are just sitting like I won't say best, but I will say that, wonderful, thank you. Perfect. Yes. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. Better? Yes. For me also. Yeah. So the sculpture of my life is through dance, by which I could teach life prisoners, murderers in Tihar jail. We performed for the International Human Rights Day on 10th December 2000, visiting Tihar jail for constantly a month. And the power of dance is such that the first 2 days, those mustachioed, red-eyed, they were looking at me and thinking, "Kaun hai ye?" And then after 2 days, they started calling me Guruji and touching my feet. And the beautiful moment was, city folk, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the Prime Minister, the whole cabinet and others, and their feet, the soles of their feet were painted red by the police, that in case somebody tries to run away, the footprints would be there. You know, before the performance began, they called me quietly to the VIP room. These 12, 15 prisoners, dancers, they held hands, made me stand in the middle, and they sang the shloks. I taught them 2 shloks. And then Suresh, a handsome fellow, I said, "तुमने क्या किया था?" "Oh, Guruji, मैंने wife का murder किया था." Just imagine. And it was a catharsis, it was a cathartic moment when they realized what they had done. And they said, "Guruji, आप चिंता ना करो, हम कहीं नहीं भागेंगे, हमें ये करना है, ये हमारे लिए पूजा है." Prisoners, life prisoners saying that. And what was that power? The power of art, the power of dance. ऐसे बहुत सारी घटनाएं हैं. I'm here to talk about women leadership. But मैंने शुरू में कह दिया कि like a mother, like a friend, like a sister, like a daughter, like a teacher, the mother plays several roles. I do believe women are born leaders. Women are. They only have to recognize that, realize that, and take people ahead. एक माँ, you know, Jabala, Satyakam, you must have remembered film, the old timers, Satyakam with Dharmendra. It's based on a real Purana story, and Puranas are that which happened, all that happened in the past. They are not mythology, for heaven's sake, no. Myths are fairy tales, so we do not call it mythology. All that has happened and is in the collective memory of the people. So the little 7-year-old Satyakam, playing with the friends by the banks of Narmada river, and he sees other group of friends, Patuks, you know, young boys, 7 years, 8 years, 6 years old, crossing the river. And he asks them, "Kahan ja rahe ho?" "Main bhi chalu." Bole na, "We are going to the Guruji's ashram." The mother came washing her clothes and ran and cried and said this, "I want to go." He said, "Go." He went to the ashram of Gautam Rishi. And Rishi asked him, "कहाँ से आए हो? क्या नाम है? क्या गोत्र है? पिता का नाम क्या है?" And the fellow was speechless. He came back crying. He says, "Go and ask." He came running back, crossed Narmada, and said, "Ma, this is what happened." The mother, Jabala, took him by the hand, went to the ashram. She stood at the door, looked at the Rishi, and said, "I believe आपने ये सब पूछा था. I've come to tell you My name is Jabala. I'm the mother. This is my son, Satyakam. I have served in many households. I've served many masters. I do not know who is the father, but that's enough that I'm the mother, Jabala, and my son is Satyakam. आज हम ये बात कर रहे हैं, ये हो चुका है, and Rishi stood up, greeted her, and of course. So, important thing is this, by the way, Jabalpur, the city of Jabalpur is named after Jabala. Can you imagine? Rampur to hai, Sitapur hai. Jabalpur is from Jabala. And I think I can go on and quoting so many things. So my life has been, again I come back to that, sculpted by dance, and through dance to understand Bharatavarsha. What is this land of mysteries, of magic? I've often said I want another 7 births at least in India, in Bharata, to even get a glimpse of that eternity, the Sanatana, the eternal. 7 births, not enough. Why? Because women like we are inheriting all the values, all the thoughts, all the happenings that have happened from, I'm sorry to say, millennia. We should not talk about 10 years, 5 years, 50 years, 100 years, 500 years. I don't think so. We carry the DNA of great women of the past. Again, you know, some people will think. By the way, I hear something called wokeism, W-O-K-E. And I always tell my friends and my students, there is no woke culture. Do not say culture. What is culture is refinement. So wokeism, I believe. And I tell them, hum ye nahi hai, hum wo nahi hai, kya hai. I don't want to get into that. A woman is a woman from times immemorial, from Rig Veda down, or even before Rig Veda. In Sumerian civilization, there is the Ashtabhuja Durga, and the lion is there. In the Karnak and Luxor temples of Egypt, there is again Durga. Here there is Durga. Durga kya hai? Shakti hai. That superpower that creates, that superpower which guides, and we all are inheritors of that power. Shakti. My dance is all about that. My talks are all about that. My interviews are all about that. My choreographies are all about that. And I will quickly end with another little thing that I'm doing now. I told Jagdish Kumarji, I have to run back because my new choreography is on. I invite you all to come, lik ke rakhiyega, block your dates from now. 18th March, India Habitat Center, Bhavaganga. Now the last one, quick, is about Ganga at Varanasi. Vishwanath, Annapurna. Why is Shankaracharya saying at the door of Annapurna's temple, Bhiksham dehi kripavalamban kari devi Annapurneshwari. Shivji khade hain, Bhiksha Patra dekar. And the quick story is that they are sitting in Kailash, Annapurna is also Parvati, she is Shakti. And Shivji is talking about Tattva Gyan, philosophy, Rahasya of cosmos. Annapurna gets up, have to prepare Khana, Srishti ke liye. No, sit down, this is more important. After some time she gets up. The third time, Annapurna, Shivji said, go. So Annapurna went away from Kailash and settled in her own temple. Here the whole Srishti is trahi, bhook laga hai, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Devta, Agni, aurat, sab log, kuch nahi khane ko. So Shivji is told, what did you do? And then Vishnuji, Bhagwan Vishnu, the brother-in-law, advises him, जाओ माफी मांगो. आज का हस्बैंड भी माफी मांगते कतराता है, और ये तो है भगवान शिव. लेकिन भिक्षा पात्र लेकर आ गए वाराणसी काशी में अन्नपूर्णा के दरवाजे पे. भिक्षाम देहि कृपावलंबन करी, काशीपुराधीश्वरी. तब जाके उनको भिक्षा मिली, तब जाके पूरी सृष्टि को भिक्षा मिली. And that is how the first kosha, the first layer, Annamaya kosha, that was formed. I love these. These are not just stories. This is what exactly should be happening unless you go on ordering from, what is that? Swiggy, Zomato. हाँ. उस वक्त नहीं था ना. अन्नपूर्णा didn't order Swiggy. So हमारा जो एक बना हुआ है, एक ढांचा बना हुआ, एक फॉर्मेट है, फैमिली फॉर्मेट, जिसमें द वाइफ और द हस्बैंड, whoever, usually it is a woman के हाथ में अमृत होता है, उंगलियों में. माँ खिलाती है बच्चे को, तब बच्चा नरिश होकर बड़ा होता है. I am not talking about political leadership, scientific leadership. We all know what's happening is great. Social leadership, financial leadership. I am only talking of the basic points that have touched me. There are many more, but I shall end here and wish you all, men and women, great future. Thank you.